This is gonna be very, very raw. Um, I just cut off my grandma like not even 10 minutes ago, and had a very rough conversation with her. It was probably started from a bad place because my grandpa called me a little bit before, and it was just certain phrases he used just made me completely get turned off from the conversation right away. Like I was already done with the conversation as soon as he said like the first thing, and then he repeated it again. And many ways I didn't know why I decided to pick up that call because I knew that it was gonna. I knew that he had like nothing. Whatever he was gonna say was not gonna be like beneficial for me or like. But I just wanted to hear it because I'm like, okay, maybe he has something to say. But he was calling on the same BS of like, oh, it's a new year. Let's like toss everything over. And I'm like, okay, no, like you don't get to just decide that. And he's like, let me speak, let me speak, let me speak. And I'm like, okay, let me just. Maybe he has maybe a little bit something more to say. Maybe he's gonna like apologize for anything at all. And then he was like, yeah, what you've done, what other people have done, it's all just horrible, and we need to put it on the rug and all talk to each other. And I'm just like, what do you mean? What like? Why are you comparing what I've done to what that? Like, it's completely like two separate realities. And off that alone, I was like, yeah, this person has done this, and that's completely different from how I've done it. Like they didn't they didn't talk to anyone about it. Like I had to be the one that brought it out for everyone and laid the entire thing on the floor. And you're gonna just compare us like we're the same. And then I ended that call, and then I called my grandma, and I'm like, "Yo, where's your husband?" And she's like, "Oh, he's upstairs." I'm like, "Okay." We just had a interesting conversation, and then I went in on her on stuff that was happening recently. Of just like, yeah, my auntie told me this, and she said that you knew this, but I remember I told you that like 2 3 years ago, and you didn't tell the person that I told you it happened to, but you told someone like right next to them, right? And I'm like, yeah, you're like your daughter knows that you knew and didn't tell her the whole time. How about you go give her an apology? Yeah. Obviously, I'm not gonna like get too deep into it because these are like real people that have real that these things are like really affecting them, right? And I'm not even sure if they'd get mad at me for like just even saying this because I don't think I'm saying too much, but it's just like I think the main problem was that she was just like on the back foot the whole time. Like it start like I admit I haven't talked to her like recently at all. I like our last conversation was a little bit explosive, and well, our last like really last conversation was very like cordial, and I was like trying to be like nice or whatever because she still is the owner of my car, even though she doesn't pay for any of it or do anything. It was like when I got it, I was just like too young, so she had to be the owner of my car. So our last conversation was only in good like standing because she had my car, and I didn't want just to like cut that bridge off while not having my car. But I realized today, I'm like, yeah, I have to leave all the hard conversations in 2024. I can't go to 2025 carrying like all this baggage. So I was like, and I was gonna do it today, but maybe it wasn't a good idea to do it right after I called my grandpa because he just like put me on edge. But the conversation started off fine, and I explained to her everything, and like even like partway through, she was like, "Yeah, we need to get you and your uncle in a room for you guys to like talk about it and talk it over." And and everyone like be chill like that. She's like, yeah, that's why I feel sorry for that. I didn't get you two together to talk about stuff. And I'm like obviously you're missing like a big picture here. Like I would never ever talk to him like about anything. Like well, I don't want to be in the same room. I don't want anything to do with this dude at all. It's like, obviously you're missing, obviously there's some part of our brains that aren't like on the same page to the fact that you think that I like, we're not on the same page with that at all. Then we kept going, and I was like, yeah, don't you think you should like apologize to your daughter? And she's like, yeah, yeah, sorry for that. Like, the whole problem was that the entire thing, she was on like the back foot. So as much as anger and justified upset of, I don't think the word is upsetness. I don't think that's a word, but as much as feeling as the word bravado, I don't think so. But as much like energy that I brought to that, she completely dispelled it by being so passive. And that was so annoying because I lost all like the fire behind it. And halfway through, I was like, huh, is this like a good, is this a good path to go down? Which sucked because all before I was so stalwart in my feelings and how I wanted things to go. And it sucked that she like took, it felt like she took the power away from me by being always on the back end. Like everything she was like, oh, after we got past that first part, everything she did at the later end of the conversation was just like, say sorry, say sorry, say sorry, say sorry. And after she said sorry, after I was like, yeah, I don't want to go to this with you or this with you. I don't want to like you be a part of my life at all, right? And before this, I knew that the consequences were going to be what they were. And I was like, yeah, I just have to be okay with like making a mistake here. Like if I make a mistake, if this is a mistake, if I'm just like overreacting, I just have to be okay with that because this is how I feel about this. But I didn't expect to feel the mistakes like to feel like it was a mistake like right away. I'm sure over like the next few days, I'll like ponder about it and think about it and be like, okay, actually, um, it was the right move because it's not like I talked to her very much at all. And I told her like even if I see you at events, like I'm just not gonna say anything to you. I told her just like to take me off her insurance plan. I blocked her on my phone. I deleted her contact because I just don't have to deal with it anymore. And then I was like, yeah, like you told me not to come to your funeral. But she was like, yeah, that's after you said that. The only time I was gonna see you was at the funeral, or the next time I was gonna see you would be like at your funeral. And she's like, yeah, why would you like, why would that even matter if you're not gonna even if I'm gonna be dead by then, like why even come? And I was like, I'll be honest, caught. I'm caught. I forgot that I said that. I forgot that that's, I forgot that's how it started. But like, I'm like, wait, but it's not like I just like brought that up out of nowhere. Like, I said that because I was mad about something else for sure. There was no, I didn't just like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like no, that wasn't. I don't feel like I act like that. And I was like, do you know why? You know why I said that? But she was like, no. I was like, yeah, like. But she's like, no. How about you tell me? And like, caught again. Like, even I don't remember why I said that, right? Or I don't remember how that whole conversation went. I just know the whole conversation was started because of her victim blaming me like super early in the conversation. So I'm just like, but then I realized I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna go anywhere. Even though she's saying sorry, I really don't think she thinks she did like that much stuff wrong, except like the very like obvious stuff. I don't think she did that because even like way early in the conversation, she was like, oh, do you think like you did anything wrong here? And I'm just like, bro, like why are you making this about like me? We're talking about you here, and you want to turn on me. And it's like, yeah, I've confronted all my demons already. I've talked to all the people that um, like, I guess done wrong, right? But it's like, and I've made my peace with them. Like I'm good friends with them. I talk, we hang out, right? It's you that have made you're leaving in this like full world and this like fake world, and you're acting like I'm the one that hasn't dealt with reality yet. Like obviously as I'm telling the story, I'm like running out of breath and I'm getting tired, and it's just like because I'm just like spitting with so much aggression. But I swear to God, as soon as I put that phone down, I was just like, everything was just gone. I even now I feel so tired. I want to go make breakfast and I need to go to the store to get some stuff to make breakfast, but I'm just so tired. My sister, she like texted me and she's like, or she called me this morning, and I want to respond, but I'm just like, bro, like, I feel absolutely mentally drained. Um, it just makes me realize more and more that like if you take your anger out, uh, it doesn't really it doesn't really help anything. You have to deal with your feelings like on your like. There's nothing anyone can say that will make the anger go away. You have to find peace within yourself. Yeah, GG's. Stay safe. Don't die, guys.